Tell us a little bit about what we're showcasing in this lab.
Okay, so this is, I would call it the Mac layer and higher lab.
Right.
And so we have several students working on different aspects of the research.
Mm-hmm.
So I can point to some of these posters as we go by. So Amir is going to talk about some video work. We are looking at some relaying work as well. I don't know if you can read these posters. The other exciting area that we are looking at is full duplex radio, that is the ability to transmit and receive at the same time on the same spectrum. So you can potentially double the usage of current spectrum.
Is that using cancellation technology?
Yes, cancellation technologies. And then what if you embed that technology in current cellular type architectures? What are the issues? So we are working on that as well. And the other aspect is as cells shrink, you need very fast handoffs compared with current handoffs between macro cells. So we have students looking at doing really fast handoffs between small cells. Mm-hmm. So that's another piece of research.
Right.
And then this is the National Instruments testbed-based research on the higher layer protocols. And Aditya here will tell you more about that.
Well, so a lot of work in electrical engineering is based on simulations. And in this portion of the lab, what we try to do is move from simulations to an actual implementation to see if what makes sense in theory makes sense in practice. So what we have over here are these boxes that are made by National Instruments. Each of these boxes have a bunch of FPGA boards. And so all the baseband processing and the MAC layer protocols can be implemented directly on the FPGA. So we have been able to build, reasonably high bandwidth links of about 130 megahertz, completely real time on the FPGA. And to test it out, what we can do is we can connect the transmitter over here to one of the big antennas over here. And similarly on the receiver side, we can connect the antenna back in over here and run the entire system to see whether it works. The next thing we can do is we take the signals coming out of the transmitter box, which is about 2.4 gigahertz, and we use these modules, which are made by a Swedish company called Sivers IMA, and to convert these signals up to 60 gig. And so we have a 60 gigahertz transmitter and a receiver, so we can also test out a lot of our protocols over these millimeter waves, because that's a new frontier in wireless.